Hi everyone, today I want to take a closer look at the online learning system called Lingoda. Their website proclaims that they are the online language school. They are based in Germany and were started by a couple of German guys in Berlin. This means several things. First and foremost, they don't consider themselves to be an online learning program or system. They are an entire language learning school. This means that they can provide you with everything you need to learn a language. Secondly, it means that since they are based in Berlin, they have plenty of resources within their school dedicated to helping you learn German, which is why you are watching this video. So let's get the big stuff out of the way. What does Lingoda do for you? Lingoda is a platform on which you can take classes towards a certificate or simply get tutoring from a German teacher. All of their teachers are native speakers in the language that you want to learn. You can take classes as private lessons or group lessons. For 10 group lessons and 1 private lesson, you'll have to pay 99 euros or $104. If you upgrade to the Pro package, it's 149 euros or $159, and you'll get 15 group lessons and 2 private lessons. You'll also be able to create your own personal learning plan, which fits your schedule, your goals, and your current learning level together to make a cohesive plan of action for your language learning. At this level, you can also complete the coursework required in order to get a CEFR certificate, indicating your level of mastery in your target language. If you upgrade to the premium package, you'll pay 249 euros or $274 per month for 30 group classes and 3 private lessons. If you use the promo code Herr Antrim1, you can get a 15% discount on your subscription at any level. If you don't want to pay that much right away, but you want to learn more about the system and how it works, you can book a one-on-one private lesson. I did this a few months ago and my first impression was fantastic. My teacher talked to me in German, gave me an assessment, rated my German skills, and talked about what I needed to improve upon and what my strengths were. At the end of the session, she told me what level she thought I should start out at and what my plan of action should be with Lingoda. Once you've registered with Lingoda for an actual account, you can start signing up for classes. This system is incredibly easy to use. You simply scroll through the group or private class options. You pick a time and a topic that interests you. After that, you simply click book and confirm the class. Before your class starts, you should check to see if there are any materials that you can download. These will be the same materials that your teacher uses during the lesson, and it's a great idea for you to look over them before your class starts so you know what to expect, and also so you can prepare yourself in case you might have any questions. If you've booked a group class, you'll have to log in with your Lingoda account in your web browser. From there, you will see a link to join the class. When you click Go to Class, you'll be taken to an Adobe Connect classroom. Your teacher will greet you, introduce him or herself, and ask you to do the same. This is to find out what the level of the students in the group are, and of course, to get to know you a little bit better. From that, you will then go on to a presentation as a group. There are some examples, exercises, and a bunch more stuff in this lesson. Each lesson has been carefully curated by Lingoda to make sure that you have the best learning experience possible. When you have finished the presentation, your teacher will ask you if you have any other questions, or you may discuss something that came up during the presentation in more detail. The teacher asks for questions with every slide and makes sure that everyone comprehends the information that you are learning before moving on to new material. It is effectively like being in a real German classroom, but from the comfort of your couch. If you choose a private lesson, you'll need to download Skype and create an account for that. Your teacher will add you on Skype before your lesson begins, and when it's time to begin your class, your teacher will initiate a video call. Then you can have a one-on-one lesson about whatever the topic is that you chose. Sometimes there will be a presentation to go through, but the lesson that I took was a dictation class. The teacher read a sentence and I wrote them out. He then corrected any mistakes I made, and we discussed these errors to make sure that I knew what was wrong, why it was wrong, and what I can do to make these better in the future. It's a great learning exercise. When you have finished your lesson, you are given the opportunity to rate your teacher and add any comments that you wish about the experience for that lesson. I took 3 different classes and had 3 different teachers. Each and every one of them were fantastic. I was very impressed with their professionalism, demeanor, and patience. They were outstanding. I've been told by the teachers that they were also required to evaluate how well you did in the lesson. They report things like how well you did, what you did poorly, what you accomplished, and what you can improve upon in the future. If you are working towards a particular certificate, you can go to your course overview to see what lessons you need to complete in order to earn that certificate. Only one of my classes that I took were actually for my certificate, so that's why the system here says 1 of 34 classes passed. If you want to make sure that your classes are going to help move you towards your goal that you have set, you can click on a particular lesson in the progression and find a time that fits your schedule. This is the way that I would suggest booking classes, so you avoid taking classes that are above or below your level. You can also book your own private classes on any topic you like, and Lingoda will set it up for you. Each course has about 35 classes that you have to take in order to earn the certificate. When you have completed 90% of the classes in that course, you will be given a certificate. These certificates aren't just a piece of paper either. These are legitimate certificates that you can use in German-speaking countries in order to obtain a job or to put on your resume. So let's cut to the chase. What do I actually think here? I think that you can tell by what I've said so far in this video that I am extremely impressed with Lingoda. I think that their system and website work very well. Their teachers are not only native speakers, but also are actually trained on how to teach students well via Lingoda. They go through a training process that, from what I have seen, is very thorough and makes sure that every student has a great experience. The courses are very detailed and help you work towards certificates that can help you gauge how well your language learning is going and also help you obtain a job in that language. Most importantly, however, the classes focus on getting you to speak German at every opportunity. They make sure that the students in each class participate equally. Each class is methodically planned out like any great teacher would. This wouldn't be a review, however, if I didn't have a few critiques. First of all, when I tried to take a group class the first time, Adobe Connect crashed. It was not any fault of Lingoda, and there was nothing they could do to fix it at the time that it happened, but it made it impossible to take the class. After sending an email to Lingoda, they took care of the issue, but it was a bit frustrating to say the least. Also, there was a long delay in the sound whenever I was in the group class, which again is not any fault of Lingoda, but rather a problem with the external app from Adobe. While ideally Lingoda would have their own internal classroom software to make sure that everything works smoothly, this isn't possible for everyone, and I understand why their company didn't do this. I know many people who rely on Adobe Connect for online courses, and they all have the same complaints. It's slow, it crashes occasionally, and it's not very user-friendly. That being said, these are the issues that you'll come across whenever you take an online course. One of the other things that I noticed was that if the other students had slower connection speed, they might have problems with their microphone or other issues. The teachers' connections are checked by Lingoda to make sure that their issues are not on their end, but if you're in a group class with a bunch of students who have slow connection, then you might have a very rough class. Other than the technical stuff not working very often, Lingoda is awesome. If you have any of these technical issues that ruin the experience for you while taking a class with Lingoda, their staff is very helpful and will make sure to make it right with you. I personally think that Lingoda is definitely worth your money. If you were to compare costs of lessons like this to any school near you that teaches German lessons, you would pay much more for much less. The price point is fantastic. Even at the lowest level, the lessons are priced at $9.45 per lesson. If you were to book a private lesson on any other site, you would pay upwards of $40 per hour. In fact, if I were to do online lessons, I would charge $40 per hour. $9.49 per hour for lessons is a steal. Even in groups, this is a great price. The group numbers are capped at 10, but every teacher I've talked to in the system said that their average number of students in a room is about 4, and they have never had more than 6 or 7 in a room. This means you can get the attention you need in order to make progress that you want with your language learning. So give Lingoda a try, use the promo code HRAntrim1 and get 15% off. Click the link down in the description to try it out yourself. A quick disclaimer, yes, this video is sponsored by Lingoda. However, I am very impartial whenever it comes to my reviews, and I pride myself on not taking into account that they are paying me for this review whenever I do the review. If you have any questions about Lingoda or their system, go ahead and leave them down in the comments down below and I can help you out with that. Otherwise, that's all I've got for today. Danke fürs Zuschauen, bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!